right, guys, it's Woods back, and I wanted to take some time to go over a previous price action that happened on Monday, on September 23rd. On Monday, we were waiting for news to happen, which was scheduled around 3:30 a.m. Right? So what we were looking for is this excess to be created on the price ladder. You see, there was thin volume up top. And right in here, you have the excess that needed to be created on the price ladder just below the previous weekly high and the previous daily low. So what we're looking for is how price reacts to news. So we want to wait until that news happens, and then you see how the delta is acting, how the bulls are reacting to price action, and how it responds to the news that happens at 3:30 a.m. Now, this playback is going to be playing back at 165x speed. So it's going a lot faster than it actually happens in real time. But this is to help you understand how to read the price ladder. Now, you see that this excess is being created, and it's enticing buyers to actually step in. But it's not a good time to get in just yet, because you want to let that news happen. It's 2 a.m., so it's London open, and you're having volume actually start to pick up. Now, you see the bulls step in right here, and you want to make note of that price. This is when bulls start to get active, but it's not quite time to get in just yet, because we're waiting for that news at 3:30. Now, we have news coming up. This is 15 minutes before the news happens. You'll see an impulsive move to the downside, and the bulls start to step up very aggressively. What we're looking for is to see who's impatient. Who is impatient and waiting to get in. Here is where you see it happen. And now the bulls take control. You see this happen along the footprint chart as well. Over here, you see the buyers actually overtaking the bids. Now you see the bulls taking control on the footprint chart on the 15-minute window. Now here you have your excess created on the downside, and you have now a candle with a clear wick, and prices respected and moved above the area that the previous candle made a low of. Now you have price about to break out above the daily low and the weekly high, the previous weekly high. And we also 15 minutes before a new candle created. You have the candle that made the wick, you have the excess created, and a new candle about to open. Now, if you entered in the excess, this is a good place to go ahead and move your stop to break even. Now you have price moving above the weekly high and above the daily low. Now, this is a good area to go ahead and move the stop to protect this area, because price is about to break out on the upside. I'm feeling this thin volume right here on the volume profile is what I mean. Now you see the bears trying to push down, but no matter how hard they push down, it's just absorbing. Price is not going to move bearish, and you have more bulls stepping in, and you can see it on the footprint chart as well. You see it all in the footprint chart, all through the footprint chart. You see all these bulls taking control. Now we're about to fill in this area of thin volume on the volume profile on the chart. You see price take a foothold here. It's not breaking below, back down to the weekly high. So this is a support zone. Now you have more bulls stepping in. You have an area of resistance, because this is a fair value gap, and so you can get a bit of resistance here. But once we break above this fair value gap, then we're in the clear to go ahead and move our stop to that fair value gap. Now, one thing we want to take note of is the fact that it's now 5 a.m. in the morning at this time. We're coming up to New York session that is about to happen. Now, in New York session, price can either shift and turn around, or it could actually continue to move up if it's in a trending phase. So when that price is about to change, you could get that resistance start to happen, and you see it happening right here in the footprint chart. So price start actually resets for New York session at 7:20 a.m. That's when the volume profile completely resets. Now you'll see this area is an area where you can actually move your stop to go ahead and protect this zone, this fair value gap that it broke out above. But you also make note of the fact that the volume profile is extra thin. You see the point of control actually start to shift back and forth. So there's a lot of volume activity going on within this range. You have the point of control here, and then it shifts up to this spot right here. Now you have your delta starting to turn extremely negative as well, as these point of controls bounce back and forth. So this is a good point to go ahead and start considering getting out of the move. You have this thin area in the volume profile that needs to be filled in before price can actually continue to push up. Now you see the delta has turned extremely negative now. So you have a lot of bears actually active and holding their position, keeping price from continuing to push up. Now you see this breakout zone above the chart. Price is struggling to break out above this zone, because if it breaks out above this zone, then it can actually continue to get the momentum to continue pushing up. The delta is extremely negative, so get out. This is where you get all the signals to actually get out of price. This is actually just before the 7 a.m. candle, because price is getting ready to reset at 7:20. So here you go ahead and get out. You see the bears, the bulls are steady trying to get in on price to push it up, but it's not going. And you'll see that right there. And see, because we've been here for an entire hour and price is not broken this area. So this is a good point to get out. Now, I just wanted to take time to go over that and discuss a few things about that price action, because some of you might be trying to understand how to better read the DOM. So hopefully this helps some of you out. That's what that is, man. Woods. No FOMO.